Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we have week 4 of the Eternity of Pain. We have the last boss, which is Dormammu. And then next week we're gonna fight all 4 bosses that we fought previous weeks. And they're all gonna be in a single path, and we have 3 champions to finish the path. So yeah, gotta figure out who to use now that we know everything about the bosses. So yeah, let's talk about Dormammu here. So Dormammu has some pretty interesting nodes that actually work great with his own kit. So he's got 90% energy resistance, so probably you cannot use Human Torch or something. Then he's got a node called Placebo. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was on the Summer of Pain Simut Supreme, I believe. And that's basically you have a 40% chance to gain 1 placebo buff when you hit the opponent with your basics, special, heavies, everything. And those buffs do nothing. They are just here to actually help you with the next node, which is buffed up. So you need 3 buffs in order to deal damage. And here we are able to deal damage with Spider-Ham because of those nodes, because Spider-Ham has no buffs. The only buff we can trigger is like a Dex. And then that also works great with Dormammu's Awaken ability. So whenever a buff is nullified or is expires on you, there's a chance you get that degen. But the next node, it says that it's called No Surrender, and it says that the attacker, so we resist up to 90% of the degeneration damage, and resistance potency is reduced by a flat 30% for each of the attacker's filled bars of power. So if you have a lot of bars of power and you get a degen on you, you are going to take a lot more damage. But if you have like 3 or if you have like 0 bars of power, you resist up to 90% of that. And then also Spider-Ham here, he actually takes less damage the more spider charges he has. So if he's got 10, I think he's completely immune. But yeah, that's a pretty good node. And additionally, if you knock down the defender while you have that degen, you will inflict them with very, very big damage, man. Like literally taking down for, I think, 2,500 per tick. So that's pretty good. You need to throw a lot of heavies here in this matchup. And then also he's got a node Footloose, so if he activates a special, he becomes passively, or sorry, not passively, but he becomes unstoppable, and he can evade, 25% chance to evade for 7 seconds. And then also Steady, the Steady node with the stun immunity. So whenever he pops a special attack, he becomes stun immune. And the thing is that with Footloose, you can see the timer, it starts while he's doing his animation as well, but the stun immunity node, it actually starts when he's finished with the animation. And also he gains plus 2 seconds for each of the defender's unique buffs, and because when he's popping the special one, he gains an unstoppable and an evade, that means he gets plus 4 seconds of his stun immunity. So he's stun immune for the whole duration of the animation, and after the animation he's stun immune for 10 seconds. So that's a really long duration. And then Prey on the weak, he gains 2% of his max power for each time a buff and Nullify expires or was removed from the attacker. So that's how he might get the specialty sometimes. And then also if you parry, you gain a power gain, so that's good for us. So here with Spider-Ham, pretty much built up to a lot of those Parker Poppers, and we had like 25 of those gray ones. Just pop the specialty to trigger them, and we were just having our fingers crossed to throw the special 2. He threw a massive special 2. And let me see how much damage he actually took. So he went down from 39% to 30 or to 1%. So he took 86,000 damage with a 5-star Spider-Ham. So Spider-Ham is definitely one of my favorite options, and he's actually really good because he fits both of the objectives. So yeah, both of the objectives for Cavalier players. But yeah, let's talk about the other objectives as well. Okay, so the first one is the offensive burst combat style. So there is a lot of champions here, and like as you can see here, there is our boy Spider-Ham. So he fits both of the objectives, because the next one is Spider-Verse Heroes. But yeah, man, here you get a ton of great options. The only option that doesn't work for sure is this one, Spider-Man 299, because you actually need buffs to do damage. I would say though, I think Wasp will be really good, because you need to knock the defender down a lot. And you get like basically free heavy attacks. The only thing is that he can be stunning you, so be careful about that. And then Namor, I feel like is gonna be pretty good for like transferring the degen damage a little bit if you got a stick to 100 one. But I think after, or maybe even before Spider-Ham, Mr. Negative is the top option because he actually heals from degens. I don't know a lot about his kit, but I know that he heals from degens. So he's amazing there. Cannot get nullified either. Probably the top option. Longshot as well. He works great with those buffs that the opponent has. Also Claire is very good because she has that buff immunity that's special too. You can ignore the Footloose for a little bit and the stun immunity for a little bit. Obviously Kitty Pryde is amazing because you take like no damage from phasing, and that can help a lot. CGR surprisingly works amazing. I think I'm gonna make a separate video about that, doing like a speed run or something. Do it in like 50 seconds because he's actually crazy, guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the top options. I feel like Storm could be good. She has a ton of buffs actually, so that wouldn't be great. Silver Surfer is not bad because you can actually do heavy attacks as well with free openings. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the top options. Anyone can work here, but better champions, Mr. Negative, because the degen, he heals from that. Spider-Ham, he has resistance. Claire, because the buff immunity. Namor can reflect that damage. And then who else did I say? I said Kitty Pryde for the phasing. And then I said, I think I heard Manga was actually pretty good too. You get those staggers. So you can be aggressive, throw those heavies if you have a bunch of staggers. And I know he throws a lot of them, so he's probably a top option too. And then Longshot as well with the Fate Seal and stuff. Now moving over, or not this, moving over to the Spider-Verse heroes. So I think the best one here is Spider-Gwen. The reason for that is because you get a slow and also class advantage. You get a very easy access to slow if you got her awakened. She's got that enervate as well. Just spam special ones, get them in the corner, maybe spam some heavy attacks in the corner as well, transfer those degens. So yeah, she's definitely, I think, that the best option here. Spider-Ham probably the second one because you need some RNG with those special as well sometimes. And then I think the third one is like Stealth Spidey actually, because if you activate his pre-fights, he can actually go for some slow. So right here, 100% chance to inflict a slow debuff while the opponent is slow. They can, like, you cannot miss. I mean, that doesn't matter, but if he's slow, he cannot evade, or he cannot, or you ignore unstoppable as well. I think I'm gonna give Miles a shot. I'm probably able to destroy him because my Sig 200 rank 3 Miles probably will deal massive damage. And yeah, pretty much everyone from here, besides this guy, this poor guy, can gain buffs. Also Penny Parker as well. And now moving over to the robots. So, I think by far the best robot here, not by far, but I'll say the two best robots. Nebula is actually incredible because you build up some shocks with your holding your heavy, and then you just go for a special one. And then you're gonna have like up to a 20-second power lock, and you're gonna completely power drain the opponent depending how many shocks you have. And you have like, if you have like 15, just instantly power drain, I think 3 bars off of him. So you just get him in the corner while he's power locked for like 20 seconds, spam heavy attacks, and transfer all of those degens from your from the node that you got. Yeah, placebo is how it's called. I couldn't remember the name. But yeah, you gotta have a lot of those buffs, so those are gonna be degens when they expire. So with spamming heavy attacks, you can just stack those degens in the corner and just murder him. It's gonna be very fun with Nebula. And then I think Vision here is gonna be very, very good at the second option, because you can do pretty much the same thing. Spam special ones, knock him down, and yeah, just transfer those degens and let them do their thing. It's not gonna be as easy as Nebula because you just spam heavies. With this guy, you might need to parry, you might need to intercept. But yeah, this guy is definitely the second best option. And then I think this guy is the third one, because he's got a slow and his special one, which helps with Footloose. And yeah, he actually deals some damage as well. You can pop special ones because you got that combat power rate, or sorry, that the power again that he starts with. So that's helping you pop those specials. And then maybe like Ultron is gonna be decent because you can actually heal with self repair if you are about to die with degen. But yeah, pretty much everyone can work, like I said, besides like Red Guardian and Spidey 299. But those are the top options for sure. With those power locks, can heavy attack, the slow, and all of that. So yeah, guys, I hope this video helps you. Like this week, I don't know if it's the easiest. I still think Blade is the easiest one because it's just a slow fight. This is like a slow fight, but just the only thing you gotta worry about Blade is just not getting cornered. So yeah, if you hit him in the block a couple times, I think the easiest one was Blade. Then I would say Dormammu, then Icarus, and then Crossbones. Because Crossbones is like such AI dependent fight. If he doesn't throw a special at the right moment, if you're unlucky, you just get insta dead with Bane. And Icarus, just be careful with your lights, your mediums. Just need some practice. But honestly, for the last week, we're definitely going to use a Mystic for Icarus because he's much more annoying. Because if you don't use a Mystic, you cannot use a lot of light attacks. So yeah, I haven't figured out my team yet, but I'm going to try and do it itemless the next week. So yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.